Well, that's an intro to start. Welcome everybody, it's MyMan2100, and we're back again with another first impressions video, and at the time of this recording is officially the day that Pokemon has launched. Pokemon Sword and Shield are finally here, and this will probably be my last big 2019 game that I'm going to be playing. I mean, I might be able to play Resident Evil 2 Remake probably after this, but I think this is the last one that I'm going to have on the countdown list. Because I've been excited to play this game. I know there's a lot of controversy on the game online with various people, which I think is just, I think it's total nonsense. Like, play the game if you want. You know, if you have a problem with the game, don't buy it. It's just how you do it with companies. Like, you affect the bottom line. Oh, okay, that's right. Because Hop is Leon's brother, isn't he? Oh, that's our mom. And yes, mum is spelt that way. For those people that are in America looking at that, and it's like, why isn't it M-O-M? Over here in Australia, we actually use English, like the UK type of English, where mum actually has a U in it instead of an O. I think this actually might be the first Pokemon game that actually does this, because I never noticed it with Let's Go, I haven't noticed it with Sun and Moon, and I don't think it was in X and Y either, so strictly going UK English for probably the first time in a mainline Pokemon game. So that's weird. But yeah, I just thought I'd better give you a heads up on that. If people were looking at that and would be like, what? What's going on? I will say the game looks really good already, and I've only just we only just got into the world and it looks fantastic already. Comedy dramas. There's Munchlax. Oh, that's supposed to be the noise that, the grunt that Munchlax is supposed to be doing. Oh, okay, so our room is to the right of the kitchen, which is to the right of the entryway, which is to the right of the lounge room. So it's pretty the latest video game console. So they don't even, I mean, they don't really have to talk about it because it's labeled as Nintendo Switch, which is something that's good. We have an Eevee poster. It's a brand new telly, so we're fucking not poor in this game. Oh, we have a dad. So this is our dad's old bag. Do we see our dad at all in this game, or is it another situation like with Pokemon previously that it's like, yeah, no, we don't. Oh, that's my phone going off. I've got sound on that one. I thought that was the game doing that, but it's actually my phone. I've actually still got it on sound for some reason. So our mom's back to not being in danger. Is that a map feature with our loading screens? That's good. Oh, for God's sake, that phone is going to drive me nuts. Give me a second. Go turn the sound off on my fluttering. Sorry about that. Thought I turned the sound off, but I didn't. Stupid me. Oh, we have a Badoo in the lawn. That's awesome. Like I'm a big fan of Gen 4, so that kind of screams right up my alley. It probably can. Yeah. It's as big as a Snorlax, that's the concern. It's trying to get through the fence, guys. I have a feeling that Wooloo's going to somehow get through that fence. And there's a Butterfree in the background I can see. Postwick. So we're actually just going to call it Postwick. We're not going to call it Postwick Town like in the previous games. That's going to be something new as well. Okay, we've got a town map. That's route number 1. Yeah, so they actually have like traditional type of names in this game. It looks like that's fucking nuts. So I think that's the first for the franchise. Is oh, okay, so it is right here. So that's the roadblock that we have. Okay, so can we go inside? Yes, we can. So we actually do have door opening animations in this game. Thankfully, that's good. That's something new. So I'm guessing Hop is a little bit like Barry from Gen 4. So I'm getting a little bit of Gen 4 vibes. From Hop here, which is not necessarily a bad thing. Oh, so we actually have a barbecue in the background. That's great. And then we have a Perleon. Is that what the Pokemon's called from Gen 5? The cat thing? Unless that's the evolved form. I always forget whether it's one or the other. Holy shit, that's a lot of caps. Like baseball caps. Is this all Hop stuff? Top 3 most popular Pokemon into the Galar region. I forgot for a second how to pronounce it, but it's the Galar region. So it's Charizard, Machamp, and Gengar. Yeah, so I'm guessing this might be Hop's room, and that's Leon's room, maybe? I don't know. I'm just guessing at this point. Yeah, I think it's Perleon or something like that. It's a Gen 5 Pokemon, which when it comes to Gen 5, like Gen 5 is the one that I forget a lot of the names of the Pokemon in general. Like Gen 5, I know some of them in Gen 6, a little bit more than Gen 5, just because it makes it a bit easier. So that's Hop's theme, I'm guessing. A little bit upbeat, which is good. Because the music for Pokemon can sometimes be hit or miss, but I think usually it's pretty good. Are you coming, or are you gonna speed past us? Yeah, so everyone's surrounded Leon, it looks like, but then again he's undefeated, so that makes a whole lot of sense. Yeah, I think there was some controversy in like this scene in particular. I think it's like the two kids at the front with the same hairstyles and the same type of uniform. I'm like, it's like you're gonna have multiple different hairstyles, different hair colors for different hairstyles. So see, that's kind of a good motto, is that everybody can work together to become the strongest. It's just like, yeah, it's a little. It reminds me a little bit more of like the rivals from Gen 6, which is not a good thing. Inch and a quarter, like you know exactly how high that is. I like the deco on his cape. I wonder if he can get designed like that too. And at least the running animation for Leon is kind of cool too. Like it's actually pretty well animated. This is how we get our starters from the champion. That's a bit of a odd change, because that usually doesn't happen. It's usually the professor. Oh, they're adorable. They're all adorable. Well, at least they're all like hyping each other up and making each other, you know, feel better. Because someone was crying there, like poor soul, man. I feel sorry for the little guy. But at least they're like trying to cheer each other up. That's great. Okay, so I've said it since day one. Out of the designs, As their characters, I'm going with Sobble. Because I just love that design. Like, I mean, all three, like, it's weird because all three of these Pokemon are actually really well designed. And it feels a little bit like last gen with Sun and Moon, where a lot of the, like, all three of the starters seem to be all good picks. Except for, you know, a lot of people didn't like the water starter. Ah, that's awesome. Double high fives, boys. Fire starter. Interesting. Oh, and Leon gets the starter that is actually strongest against us. So he'll probably have the Charizard. He'll have Charizard. And he'll probably have like the massively evolved form of Grookey at the end of it all. So that's good. That's a nice change of pace as well. Oh, so he had a sleep. And it healed that Pokemon. So now, if you took like a screenshot of this line right here and sent it back like 10 years ago, you would think that that Hop would be like a dick, like a dickish rival, which would be fantastic. Hell yes, why would I say no? So is this a regular trainer battle or is this Hop's thing? That's my question, because usually it is the rivals. And it's like it's so simple, but it's so good at the same time. I mean, the thing's kind of cool if this is his battle theme. Like it's kind of basic in design, in composition. That's the word I'm looking for. So this is when Scorbunny comes out, and thankfully we do know Water Gun, which is going to make this battle a whole lot easier. Gonna be a 2-hit KO. Okay, now it's reminding me of like the battle theme from Mario and Luigi. I think Dream Team. Like there's that little instrumentation at the end. Sounded very much like the battle. I think the regular battle theme from Mario and Luigi in Dream Team. Overconfident. It's not good. And we're held up. Oh no shit. I'm always going to be doing that. This is... Okay, so we have... So we gotta find the professor, guessing? So I know that we do not have a national dex in this game, and I know that is a controversy in of itself. But the Wooloo got through the fence. At least they give you an option there to not go. Like, we can be an absolute arsehole to it if we want, but they set up that little plot thread, so that was going to happen. Now, fog. Do we have the fog in this game? No, I was going to say we don't have HMs in this game. So they do have random encounters technically in this game. Squabit. Now I will say when it comes to the marketing of this game, like I personally thought that Pokemon Sun and Moon actually didn't go too overboard with advertising everything, because they didn't show every Pokemon in the game. The one thing that I will go against that is when they showed off red and blue and green in the game. Oh, sorry, red and blue rather, as battle. Have I got any Pokemon? No, I don't. So I can't capture any Pokemon at the moment. That's a bit of a bugger. So I really would have wanted that. Oh, so we can snake still in this game. Okay, that's good. Oh, we can heal when we need to. Okay, that's good. But yeah, like I will say when it comes to something, sorry, I've completely forgot. I was off the train of thought. But in general, like I thought that Sun and Moon, like considering it was the 20th anniversary of Pokemon, that they didn't feel like they went overboard with the games and like marketing. That they went with like Pokemon every so often and all that type of stuff. And that was great. You know, like particularly I thought it was a good decision. I was gonna say that wasn't the Wooloo, that's for sure. But I will say, when it comes to this game, it's weird because I felt like the marketing, yeah, okay, I'm excited to see what Pokemon could, like, I mean, the two Pokemon that we've seen already in the wild here, that's a nice surprise. but it's like, they showed us not that many Pokemon, and it kind of feels weird because, yes, we're going into this game blind, but it feels like that they haven't really pushed this game out. They're kind of hiding it a little bit, which is weird. It's the legendary? We're gonna get the taste of the legendary already, or is that something that we're gonna work up to? Because I mean, Pokemon games have technically done that before. Pokemon's coming. Yeah, it's the legendary. Oh, it's just a figment of our imagination. It's either that or the fog. Well, I mean, if it's going for creepy factor, that's great. Oh, and look at the UI is kind of the UI is kind of shaded with the fog. And the music's kind of died out a little bit too. I just noticed, and that was my air freshener going off in the room. But I mean, if they're going for creep factor, that's kind of creepy, a little bit. It's not like scary or anything, but it's like, if you were a little kid, that's kind of a little bit creepy, I will say. So yeah, so that was the legendary. Your pants with direction. That is a great sentence. Your pants with directions. That is amazing. It's like, oh yeah, it's like, oh yeah, get strong enough, you might actually face it, which it's on the box for a reason. So yeah. So the right analog stick does nothing in this game so far. Talk to Mum. I'm glad someone bothered to tell me. God, so Mom's kind of a little bit out of it, I guess. It's just like, oh yeah, she's a little bit out of the loop sometimes because people don't tell her things, I guess. She's kind of a little bit bitter over it. Bit of pocket money, thanks Mum. But Mum, I've already got potions. That's good. That's good. That's a nice line. After all, East or West, home is best. pretty sure that's something someone said before, but at least Mum's got our back, that's for sure. So yeah. So she's kind of like a gardener in this game, it looks like, with more of a gardening design. Which, I mean, fair enough with the garden that she has out front. Oh look, it's a sun mirror. It's a sun and moon reference. Sorry, that was a joke. That was a joke. Oh, and look, Pikachu and Eevee. It's Let's Go! Reference. Woo! But yeah, I think that's actually where we're going to leave it with Pokemon Sword and Shield. I was going to say, distinctly say Sun and Moon, but yeah, not yet. Because we already did that game. I won't look at the mystery gift, and yes, they have a stroll with the Pokemon Pokeball Plus thing, which I still have. I still have my Pokeball Plus from Let's Go. But what I will say with Pokemon Sword and Shield, it's a nice start. It feels like there are some sorry, yawning. There are some changes to the game that are make it a little bit more streamlined, which is great. And it kind of feels it's still a little bit like Pokemon always has, which is a good thing. It definitely feels like, is it R? We can save with now? Oh, we can save with R now, that's crazy. But yeah, I'm actually excited to play more of this, because I want to see where Sword and Shield takes me. I mean, we've already got, we've already kind of broken a little bit of tradition when it comes to that, like starters coming from the champion rather than from the professor, which I know that's technically been something that has been changed in the last 2 games, I realize, because Hala gave us our starters in the last game, in Sword and Shield. Sorry, in Sun and Moon, not Sword and Shield. Sword and Shield's Gen 8, it's Gen 7 with Sun and Moon. Almost did it again. I know that's kind of a tradition that has been broken with those 2 games, but it feels like this is definitely a shift, because ultimately Hala still kind of is like a Pokemon professor in a situation, in a somewhat of a weird way, because he's an island kahuna in that game, so it's kind of like a gym leader, so he's kind of like a professor in some form or fashion with his type, of course. But yeah, like the champion, it's kind of a weird change of pace. And I mean, it's good to see that, like another major character is getting the spotlight of giving you your starter. And I mean, it makes sense in the context of the story as well, so far. From what Leon's like the brother of Hop. He is the champion of the Galar region. He's undefeated. Of course he would come across like good Pokemon that, he thinks that they have potential when it comes to battles and stuff, so that makes a lot of sense in that context. But yeah, Pokemon Sword and Shield feel really good at the moment. I'm happy enough with the game. I will say hashtag Game Freak didn't lie, because that whole argument is kind of a little bit of a... oh, that's a mess. Like, okay, I know some people have criticism with this game, Sword and Shield, from what I hear. I haven't really looked into those concerns, but they do have... some people do have problems and feel like the Game Freak should take a break from mainline Pokemon games, and I can understand, like, the sentiment to that, because, ultimately, it's good that a developer can have a break from, like, the same thing that it's been doing over and over again, to do something else. Because, I mean, look at Naughty Dog, for example. They went with Crash Bandicoot, they did Crash Bandicoot for a while, and then they went to Jak and Daxter, and then they did Uncharted. And I mean, Uncharted's technically a weird one, because they started with that franchise, they did The Last of Us in between, after the trilogy of Uncharted games, and then went back to Uncharted. I mean, technically they had Golden Abyss on the Vita as well, but I mean, like, they went back to a full-on console experience with Uncharted 4 Thief's End after The Last of Us came out. So, taking a break from the mainline game, from the mainline franchise that you're working on, is not a bad idea or a decision. And if Game Freak was to do that, that I wouldn't mind that they would take a break, because I mean I could catch up on some other Pokemon games. I could play more of the other games. I mean I still got to catch up on like actual Gen 1, and finish Gen 2, because I've made it a bucket list item that I will finish Generation 2 fully, because I've never beaten the game. I will finish Generation 2 in its 10-year anniversary of Pokemon Crystal, which, of course, as we know, is 2 years away at this point. So, yeah, so that's a bucket list item. I will work on that eventually, but I haven't played Generation 1, like Red, Blue, Yellow, or, Red, Green, Red, Blue, or Yellow, in the Generation 1 style, so I haven't played that. I have it on my 3DS on technically the Virtual Console in some form or fashion, but I will play that game eventually, because I do feel like I want to at least play Gen 1 to kind of experience Gen 1, because I haven't experienced Gen 1 before. I've only experienced Gen 1 through Gen 3 with Fire Red and Leaf Green, so yeah, so it'll be a nice change of pace. But if they take a break from mainline Pokemon games, I wouldn't mind it so much. But we'll see what happens when they get to that. But overall, Sword and Shield so far feels like a good game, and that's good. I am happy that that is a situation that I can talk about, because ultimately Let's Go kind of was a little bit in the middle. Like, there were some things that were really good about the game, some things that were really bad about the game, some things I did like, some things I didn't like. So ultimately, to see Sword and Shield kind of, pull down on the weight of it being more good than bad at the moment, that's a good sign. And we'll wait to see where Pokemon Sword and Shield takes me when it comes to Nintendo Switch and with the mainline Pokemon franchise, because yeah, I've been playing these games for a long time. It's almost been 20 years. Like, 2001 is when I first played the franchise, and that'll be 20 years in a year and a bit. So yeah, that's nuts. Makes me feel a little bit old in that form of fashion, but what can you do? But yeah, Sword and Shield feels like a good game, so that's always a good sign. So enough with my tangents and rambling. Thank you guys so much for watching my first impressions video of Pokemon Sword and Shield for this Nintendo Switch. I was going to say Sony Nintendo Switch for some reason, but yeah, Pokemon Sword and Shield for the Nintendo Switch. This has been Iron Man 2100. You guys have a great day or night, and of course, take care.